When you think of Disneyland, what's the very first thing you think of? Go! Stop! The correct answer was castle. If you said anything else, you are sadly wrong. Unless, of course, you said like Churro, or Mickey Mouse, or Frontierland, or Small World, or Fireworks, or Amusement Park. There are currently 6 Disney theme park resorts across the planet, and while many of these resorts have multiple parks, each of them has one main flagship Magic Kingdom style park with a castle at the end of that front main street, or whatever that street is called in each respective park. So today I wanted to bring to you my list, my ranking of all 6 of these classic Disney castles, because I know right here on Disneylander, you love my opinions. You love to just hear me say what I think about things. I don't know, that was, here's the list anyways. Coming in at number 7, what is, in my opinion, the worst of all of the Disney castles. And you say,
wait, Bram, you said there's only 6.
Correct, very astute. You are a scholar, and I appreciate you very much. But I am having a number 7 here because it is going away / already gone. Over at Hong Kong Disneyland, there is a castle that is no longer there. From opening day in 2006 up until 2018, Hong Kong Disneyland had an exact copy of Disneyland's original Sleeping Beauty castle. They just took that exact same schematic, that same model, plopped it down in the park. And while it has always been in front of a beautiful natural landscape backdrop that makes it look really impressive in pictures, it's always just been lackluster. It's a cheap carbon copy of what was at Disneyland. It's largely a product of Hong Kong Disneyland being built on a budget at a really awkward time in Disney park history, which is why it is on the bottom of the list, and is also why, as of 2018, they said, hold on, we have a little extra money, let's knock that down and build something fresh, which we will be seeing later on in this video. So I guess number 7 doesn't even really count. Anyways, let's carry on to the real number 6. Number 6, my least favorite of the standing Disney castles. And I hate to do this, and I really tried my hardest not to do this because I am stomping on the name of my channel, but the original 1955 Disneyland Sleeping Beauty castle that is there to this day. It's the original, it's the classic. So if we're going off of nostalgia, if we're going off of historical importance, I would say Disneyland Sleeping Beauty Castle is number 1. But we're going off of what I think is the coolest, the best. Bigger isn't necessarily always better. Disney has a lot of great examples, especially the classic Disneyland has a lot of great examples of cramming amazing amounts of detail into smaller places, which works so well in the park. But compared to the other castles, the original Disneyland Sleeping Beauty castle just feels itty bitty, teeny tiny, and they use all sorts of forced perspective to make it look bigger. But whenever I'm on Main Street, I see that castle and I'm like, yes, I'm in Disneyland. Has that castle always been so small? It's tiny, and it's still wonderful. So number 6 is still like really great, but it is what I'm putting at the bottom of my list. Also, hello sunset. I like to record right as the sun sets just for that added extra lighting effect. Very high budget, very good production. Moving on to number 5, now that I've upset the whole party of people that thinks the original is the best, I will upset the party of people that thinks the newest and biggest is the best. Shanghai Disney's Enchanted Storybook Castle. I'm putting at number 5 on my list. This thing is magnificent, it is huge, it is grand, but I don't love it for the same reason, or I guess the exact opposite reason I gave for Disneyland's Sleeping Beauty Castle. While Disneyland's has too small of a castle, Shanghai's is almost too big. Is that even possible? It's almost like a legitimate castle. This thing is colossal. There's a lot of detail, but it's almost an eyesore. Having seen, I haven't been to any of the parks outside the United States, so give me a little leeway there, but from the walkthrough videos I've seen, it's almost a little much, and I don't love the color. It's just this big mass of bricks. Very cool. Again, I love all of these castles, but it's a little much. And not to mention, we're in Disneyland, there's forced perspective, so you walk down Main Street and you're already at the castle. In Shanghai Disney, they had so much space, they decided, forget forced perspective, throw that out the window, let's just have real perspective. So the castle is gargantuan, which means from the gate to the castle is quite a hike. Walking around that park, I think, would take a toll on my little feet. I don't know. Anyways, it's far away. It's a cool castle. It's number 5. Coming in at number 4, the Magic Kingdom 1971 Cinderella Castle. This is a castle. It uses some of that forced perspective, but it's grand, it's big, it's beautiful. I think this is more along the lines of what Walt would have done at Disneyland had he the time and money to do so. Nowadays, they can't really change the Disneyland castle because it's the Disneyland castle, and I get that, but the Magic Kingdom castle is impressive. You enter the park, immediately you could tell it's big, and it is beautiful, and it is wonderful, and it recently had a paint job that was actually quite controversial. They painted it very, very bright, with expectations, for the sun to fade it out a little bit over time. And a lot of people got up in arms about how much they hated this pink and blue castle. I kind of really like it a lot. So, thumbs up, Magic Kingdom. Nice colors, and I'm sure it will look a little better in a year or two. Number 4, Magic Kingdom. It's pretty good. It's actually very good. I covered my window up with a blanket because that sun was getting a little silly. Now we got like a little left over here. But anyways, back into the top 3 castles. Coming in at number 3, the 1983 Cinderella Castle in Tokyo Disneyland. And now you might say,
Hold up. How come Magic Kingdom's Cinderella Castle got a 4 when Tokyo's copy of the castle is in rank 3?
Once again, you are a scholar, and I do appreciate you. But whereas Hong Kong copied Disneyland's castle and kind of made it worse because it was an exact copy, Tokyo took Magic Kingdom's castle and made it a little bit better. Over in Disneyland, you can walk through Sleeping Beauty's castle. There's a little walkthrough attraction that is telling the story of Sleeping Beauty. In the Magic Kingdom, however, Cinderella's castle is just that. You can walk under it, and there's some shops around it on the Fantasyland side of it, but that's about it. Over in Tokyo, however, you can walk through Cinderella's castle, just like you can walk through Sleeping Beauty Castle in Disneyland. Honestly, both of the Cinderella castles should be tied for number 3, but Tokyo just has the slightest itty-bitty little edge, putting it where it's at. And let's get on to the top 2. Are you excited? Do you even know in your mind what the top 2 are already by the powers of deduction? Maybe. Find out right now. Coming in at number 2, Hong Kong Disneyland's Castle of Magical Dreams, which technically isn't quite finished yet. It's not quite opened yet, but from all the pictures, it's just about there. And oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's so super, super duper unique. It's not supposed to be any one princess's castle, but it's kind of all of the princess's castle. It has some vibes that look like Little Mermaid, some vibes that look like Aladdin, some other vibes that look like Sleeping Beauty Cinderella. It's a magnificent, unique castle, and I think it really sets Hong Kong Disney apart. Over the years, Hong Kong Disney has gone from an objectively worse version of Disneyland to its own park, and this castle is just another step in setting it apart. You know what? That was intentional. Don't comment about it. It's beautiful though. The Castle of Magical Dreams maybe doesn't have the best name when translated to English. It's kind of a mouthful. I would just call it epic. That's it. But I really do like it, which is why I'm bringing it up at the number 2 slot. Do you know what number 1 is yet? Again, a chance to use those powers of deduction. Too late, here it is. The number 1 best Disney castle, in of course my personal opinion, is the 1992 Paris Sleeping Beauty Castle, or Le Château de la Belle au Bois Dormant. I am so sorry, French fans. But I'm not sorry that this is the best castle. Look at this thing. Beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous. Everything about it, the color is perfect. The way the landscaping kind of comes up to the edge of it. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful landscaping. Again, very, very unique, but so elegant. I think it's just perfect. Absolutely beautiful. Not to mention, this castle has a dragon underneath in one of the coolest little didn't need to be there, but is there anyways Disney walkthrough things I've ever seen. I've seen videos and I'm like, wow, look at that dragon. Very, very cool. Wonderful, beautiful castle coming in at number 1. And I'm gonna stop there, A, because I'm out of castles, B, because the sun is attacking despite my blanket, and C, because once again, it gets very hot in this room. So thank you guys so much for watching. Do me a favor, ignore all the things down there unless you wanna like and comment and subscribe and stuff, but more importantly, hit the link down in the description, go to the Discord, and join the community Discord. It is such a blast. Discorders, sound off in the comments below. Tell people how much fun you're having and how they should get in on the fun, because the fun is still fun and could be more fun if you were there, non-Discordlander. So hop on over to the Disneylander Discord, join the conversation, and that would be the place to tell me your thoughts. How would you rank these castles? What's your favorite? What's your least favorite? Am I your least favorite YouTuber? Maybe. I don't know. Let me know down there, and I will see you in the very next Disneylander. Until then, have...